Hi guys, my name is Dylan McDermott and this is my oral report and it is on the article The Long Reach of Childhood. Childhood experiences influence close relationships and loneliness across life. Now there are a few reasons behind my choice for this article being my oral report. The main one being that it relates to the main types of adulthood relationships, those types being family relationships and romantic relationships. And I believe these relationships to have a very profound impact on our social functioning in adulthood. It also has a very sound research design using a huge sample size, which allows for many good generalizations to be made. It also builds on the analyses of other articles highlighting the relationship between loneliness in early adulthood and insecure child attachments in childhood. The overarching topic of this article is the impact of mental representations of a caretaker formed by a child in their youth. It is seen in attachment theory that secure and insecure attachments can predict various behaviors throughout the lifespan. For instance, attachment security can result in a desire for closeness in relationships, leading to a positive view of self and other, and also leading to fulfilling relationships. Whereas an insecure attachment formed with a caretaker can result in pessimistic views of interaction with other people and result in an unwillingness to reach out for social support. The main aim of this article was to find a relationship between childhood attachment style and adulthood relationship fulfillment and loneliness. The author proposes that attachment style affects the level of fulfillment in adulthood relationships, which in turn also affects the level of loneliness felt by the given adult. It was hypothesized in the article that positive childhood experiences would correlate with higher satisfaction with romantic relationships, closer adult family ties, and lower levels of loneliness. Conversely, it was hypothesized that negative childhood experiences would correlate with lower satisfaction with romantic relationships, distant family ties, and far more loneliness. The primary measurement of the study was a self-completed questionnaire. It was completed by a sample of 3,980 participants who currently had a partner and lived in private households in the Netherlands. Their age range was 21 to 85. The questionnaire included scales used as indicators for intergenerational relationship quality during childhood, quality of romantic relationship, quality of family ties, and levels of loneliness. Now, intergenerational relationship simply refers to the relationship of a child with their mum or their dad. The scale point system used various points which correlated to the strength of agreement or disagreement on a given statement. The results showed that the secure attachment with mother and father was positively associated with satisfaction in the romantic relationship and close adult family ties and less loneliness. The opposite was shown for insecure attachment. So it was shown that insecure attachment was positively associated with dissatisfaction with romantic relationships and distant family ties and also more loneliness. However, interestingly, it was shown that stressful aspects of childhood relationships with the father only were predictive for adult relationships and loneliness. That means that the mother could not predict for adult relationship and loneliness in stressful aspects of childhood relationships. The table right here below shows the statistical confidence of the relationships between the various variables. The statistical analyses employed by the author allow the results to support the hypothesis due to the statistical significance of the findings having a p-value of less than 0.05. Thus, it can be concluded that child-parent attachment style has a relationship with the characteristics of adult relationships, which in turn can affect loneliness levels. A limitation of the study is that it has to rely on retrospective measuring of childhood experiences. Other research reports that retrospection of adverse life events in childhood is victim to incorrectness and underestimation. This may explain the failure to find any relationship between the effects of stressful experiences in mother-child relationships and adult relationships. Another limitation is the cross-sectional data used. Because it was used, no conclusions on causality of associations can be drawn from the data. Another limitation is the huge sample size. The size of this sample sacrificed detailed measurement of the attachment. Instead, the measurement used was superficial. And finally, a limitation was the lack of gender perspective. This gave rise to a confounding variable. This variable being that the development of romantic relationships and social networks is experienced differently by different genders. A strength of this design was first and foremost its sample size. It is an unprecedented sample size in this given research field. Also, the data analysis controls for gender, age, and education. Although a strength, the sample size is also a weakness, as it makes replicability of the experiment expensive. The conclusion is accurate, as it reinforces a theoretical account with data, this theoretical account being attachment theory. It also correctly refrains from claiming causation between variables. Future studies should expand the measurement of attachment along several dimensions. One of these dimensions could be observations or semi-structured interviews. Further research should also be longitudinal in nature instead of cross-sectional. Furthermore, the research should search for objective means of showing attachment as causing good or bad health in adult relationships. It could search for this objective mean by, for instance, correlating observation of childhood attachment with divorce rates for insecure attachment or secure attachment. It should also do this in a longitudinal study.